Hello there campers, my name is Paul Hughes, I am the Lord of Leisure, and welcome once again to the Gaming Car Crash. Today we'll be taking a lovely look at Rise of the Tomb Raider, recently released on PC. Now, for the record, I wasn't exactly what you would call a fan of the Tomb Raider franchise like a lot of people back in the day. Although, let's be fair, I suspect there was only one reason people got into Tomb Raider in the first place. To me, Lara Croft was basically every 13-year-old's fuck buddy back in the day, and on the face of things, she could have been just teaching people how to peel a potato for all the difference it made. But beneath all that, apparently there was an actual game present with lovely mechanics like where Lara jumped around the place, shot some animals, and was stealing some shiny shit. I honestly don't know, frankly. For some inexplicable reason, when I tried to play the old games, I got annoyed with the controls, but I never got sucked into the whole hype at the time. I was just completely disinterested in Lara Croft and Tomb Raider as a franchise. In fact, I left the series far behind for other things like Half-Life, StarCraft, and, well, actual real-life women. So I suppose, therefore, it's even harder to talk about what happened to the Tomb Raider franchise in the meantime. I mean, in the mainstream, we had a few films with Angelina Jolie that were, well, they were made, and there were various other games that had hit-and-miss review scores by all accounts, and that's as much as I honestly can tell you, without having to read it all off bloody Wikipedia. I honestly don't know. Such was my lack of interest. But then that all changed when Tomb Raider was brought back to life in a new way by Crystal Dynamics once again working on the franchise for Square Enix. And good lord, did it look like it had come a long way. In the reboot, along with far more stunning graphics, we had a much different story to that of previous titles. In essence, we were being shown Lara's origins as the titular Tomb Raider. It showed someone finding a way through a really shitty experience for once. Basically, we had a far more realistic Lara Croft in every possible way, who at times was genuinely scared at what had happened to her, and the fact that she'd got separated from the rest of the crew and was lost on an island. I mean, you were there every step of the way as she was fighting to survive the harshness of, well, the setting to the TV series Lost. I'm sorry, I don't have many island jokes. I could be shouting Wilson, but Tom Hanks might get upset. Though much later into the game, this gave way in a rather stupid manner to being a one-woman genocide machine as she quickly got over her sadness of killing people. Seriously, fucking Sylvester Stallone would have struggled to keep up with her now. And don't even get me started on the over-the-top death scenes.
Nasty.
But what mattered most was the gameplay, and it had it in spades. More than enough to actually make me want to complete the bloody thing, which is kind of an achievement in itself considering I have the attention span of a cabbage. The thing is, I suppose we can't even talk about Rise of the Tomb Raider without mentioning the elephant in the room. The exclusivity deal with Microsoft that has prevented it appearing on other systems until now. It seems this occurred due to a number of factors. For example, Square Enix themselves perhaps were not convinced that a sequel would make the money back by itself. After all, it was disappointed by sales of the original Tomb Raider back in 2013 by only selling a few million copies. Oh dear. Microsoft's involvement in the project only seems to have extended to the point of paying for advertising and ensuring that the game was a timed exclusive on the Xbox One. Perhaps it was because Sony was having quite a big success with the PlayStation 4 at the time, and they didn't have anyone quite like the treasure hunting hero, good old Nathan Drake, the handsome bloke who prats around the place in the Uncharted series. Whatever the reasons, it's pretty much a bullshit business dick move to try and drum up sales of a product by limiting where you can play it. And I can only see this harming the game long term. Let's be honest, it doesn't help that, as well as being limited to Xbox One on release, it also came out the exact same day as that other game no one has definitely ever heard of ever, and has never ever wanted to play. What was it again? There was that thing with the vaults and the Pip-Boy and... Oh, that's the one I'm thinking of! It's StarCraft 2! So anyway, Rise of the Tomb Raider. What's the story then, son? Well, from what I've been able to gather so far, it's about this. Lara and her friend Jonah, who survived from the first game... Hang on. Okay. Bring up Jonah from the first game. Here, he's sort of Hawaiian. Okay, put back Jonah in this game. And now he's not! Square Enix, j'accuse! And that's how you troll and make controversy on the internet, folks. So anyway, Lara with her friend Jonah definitely changed. Sorry, a bit of a cough there. So anyway, Lara with her friend Jonah is on the hunt for some magic thingy that apparently when you get it will make you live forever. Also, she can prove once and for all that her father wasn't a silly man. But hot on their tails are the bad guys from Tomb Raider 2013, that little private army apparently called Trinity. Basically, they will stop at nothing to stop her from getting the thingy so they can rule the world or whatever. I don't know, I didn't really pay attention. Along the way, she teams up with natives of the land so that they can end up, once again, fighting the good fight against evil and chaos, all the while Lara does her best Rambo impression. Well, I suspect you're not entirely bored enough yet after 6 or so minutes of me waffling on about Tomb Raider, so let's actually load the game up and see what it's all about and what it has. First of all, we'll go through the options menus for graphics and blah 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 because I'm boring that way, and then we'll go into some gameplay, then we'll look at progression, some more fighty, and probably then a summation of what I think about the game in general. How about that? That sounds like a good plan, doesn't it? Yeah, let's go do that then. So before we go into the main game proper, as usual, I will indeed have a look at some of the lovely options we have at our disposal here. Obviously, for those of you who are completely bored by such shit, feel free to click on the link that hopefully will be on the video that you can skip ahead to gameplay. For everyone else who's happy to stick around, by all means, let us explore the tomb of options. Now, if we go into the new game, we can actually see some of the difficulty options. We can actually see this in another area as well, but it's kind of more focused here. So think of this as easy, normal, difficult, and then hard-ass in terms of difficulty. I'm playing on Tomb Raider simply because I'm terrible at video games. It's as simple as that. I am absolutely atrocious, and therefore, if you want to see any progress whatsoever, it's probably best I stick to that level. Although I was tempted at one point to get down to this because it was just getting ridiculous with the number of enemies that were on screen. And make no mistakes about it, this game is not shy about killing you. Trust me, the footage I've recorded, it's more than a testament to that. Oh dear. But anyway, moving on to some of the other things. There's no multiplayer as such, but there are leaderboards where you can share things with your friends and just say, look what I've been doing, me. Which is absolutely lovely. Expeditions. Now this is where you can unlock various different things to play through and actually see what you're able to do in terms of getting score. Possibly also changing what happens. And as you can see, as you go along, you do unlock different levels that you can replay, in essence, to see how well you can do. And also there is one where you, in essence, can change various things. Now as you see here, there are various different challenges here to unlock different bits and bobs. So all in all, you can see here, complete level without dying, you get extra credits and so forth. Untouchable, accurate, into darkness, and brawler, basically killing various people without doing various things. Untouchable, yeah, good luck to you on that one. Ain't gonna happen. But then, what are all these credits for once you actually have completed some of these things? Well, that's where the marketplace comes in, you see. So, as you progress through the game, you get various different cards unlocked that enable you to customize the difficulty or give you extra advantages. And also credits unlock where you can spend money on a pack, like say Like say we were going to want to get a bronze pack with our credits here. Let's just do that. And let's see what cards we get. So, we get open wounds, so any damage causes the player to bleed for 3 seconds. It's just all stuff to tweak the difficulty of your game. And this one's gorgeous. Look at that. Grants all skills from the Hunter and Survival skill trees. Wow. Okay. So as you can see here, you can customize your gameplay experience, especially with the challenges. So it's kind of nice that they allow you to do that. Add-ons here, basically this is describing the DLC. Now you can see there's a couple of things. Endurance mode, people are saying it's a bit meh for the money. Baba Yaga also is not really living up to a huge amount of expectation in terms of DLC. So probably you could skip a number of these things. Some of this though does get unlocked as you progress through, so it's not all bad things. And gifts again as you progress through, either via Square Enix giving you various things, or you progress through the games, your gifts can turn up here, and then you just unlock them and get lots of lovely gifts. Sorry, lots of lovely cards, I should say. So, there we go. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Let's go back and then go into the place where few fear to tread, especially if you're on the PC platform. It's the options menu. So gameplay, you can change the difficulty here once you're already in the game or otherwise, and turn off various features on and off, one of which is kind of odd here, and it's the broadcast frame. Now this is for those of you who stream on Twitch and so forth. It gives you information from within the game about what you're doing, where you are, and all the rest of it. It's actually kind of odd that Square Enix would have included something like this, but hey, it's there. So if you're streaming this game online, by all means, feel free to use this thing. Going into audio and languages, you've got separate sliders for the music, dialogue, sound effects. Oh, lovely, lovely. Voiceover language, don't know exactly where that can be changed, but although it does say language can only be adjusted from the options screen on the main menu, and that's where we are, so it's kind of odd. Text language, we can obviously just go through absolutely everything, and then we can turn subtitles on and off. Would you like to change the language? No, I wouldn't. Oh, it looks like I've got to change it all the way back to English. Man. Display, these are the resolutions, brightness, full screen on or off, exclusive full screen, handy for people like me who have like a second monitor or otherwise that can just like go in between various things. Or indeed, if you turn this on, it does increase your frames per second as well, so that then obviously your mouse is locked and things like that. It's nice to have the option. You can change your monitor here, resolution. I'm playing on 1080p simply because this is the better resolution to aim for, especially with resolution options and certainly performance. I will say this, 1080p is going to be more than enough in terms of performance, but if your hardware can run higher, by all means do it, but I unfortunately don't get anywhere with that. Refresh rate, whatever your monitor supports. Anti-aliasing, I've got it on SMAA. If you turn it on these things, if we just apply the change, I go from 83 frames a second down a little bit. It's not overly clever, but you can at least adjust it as you see fit. So that's nice. VSync on or off, I leave it off basically. I don't mind the tearing. The monitor can take care of it. Other graphics here, this is where you're going to be fiddling around with customizations. Now, for the purposes of gameplay, it is stuck on this for the most part. It's what I found to be most performant and the most likely to stay above 60 frames a second. There are some optimizations issues, and recently this game got patched, so that there may be some slight improvements there, but I suspect that there will be some additional changes needed to be made. One thing I do like about this is the fact that you can just change it here, and as you can see in the background, various things are changing. So one very distinctive thing here is actually, you see the Russia map there, you see the text there, but if you go from high to very high, all of a sudden, look, blurred. Just because of all the various lovely different things that they're actually doing. And it's actually gratifying that they explain what all these things are. I mean, I'm not one of those people that actually knows all this shit, but it's nice it's all there, explained out, and you can, like, turn things on or off at your discretion. It's really, really nice. Keyboard and mouse! Obviously, you can do various lovely little things here, mouse sensitivity, and for some fucked up reason, you can have various lighting effects with your Razer equipment if you bought, like, a Razer mouse. Or keyboard, or whatever, I dare say. It's there. It's a thing, apparently. Okay. Gamepad! It's vibration on or off, and in essence, you can just see the controls there. They're just illustrating with the Xbox One controller, because obviously PS4 is not available yet. And Square Enix membership, that's basically tying yourself to Square Enix if you really, really want to. For various things. Okay, so that's the options menu. Let's actually go into the game now and see what lies, treachery and deceit await us. And here we are in an abandoned set of ruins, which, as you can see, the place has looked kind of better. Let's be fair. It probably goes without saying. And this is probably going to be quite a fairly representative snippet of what happens during the game. At least I hope so. Ooh, oh shit. Yeah, there's some happy-go-lucky scams here. I tell you what. Yeah, let's chuck down a smoke grenade and try and do some stealth killing. There we go, and F! And that is Lara being an absolute badass. Love it, love it, love it, love it. Ooh. See, is anyone coming over? No? No one's... Okay. Rather interestingly, no one's actually twigged on that one. Let's see, can we get this chap unawares? Oh dear, there's some more happy-go-lucky scamps over there. Ooh. Cheerio, sunshine! Lovely, lovely, lovely. And let's see, what can we do here? There's some petrol over there. There's some bottles. We might be able to do something. What should we do here? Because if we shoot the bottles, that can be perfectly grand. Some ammo on the floor. Ooh. Let's get rid of that. Which is absolutely silly. Oh no, we can't pick up any more ammo at this point. Tell you what, let's make another smoke grenade, and that's what we'll do. We'll chuck it in there, and let's see if we can get their little lovely attention. Okie dokie. Let's craft it. Jolly good, and boop! And let's see how many of these can we get under the cover of darkness before they go mimi. Look at this. It's better than bloody Sam Fisher and Splinter Cell. Bloody hell. What are you doing, son? What are you doing? He's throwing grenades at us. That's what he's doing. There we go. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Ugh. And by the looks of it, this place is going to come down fairly soon. Okay, so let's crawl across this rope because obviously nothing bad's going to happen. Do 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 do. Oh no, too far. I shouldn't be swinging the camera around with the mouse. It's just that otherwise I'll start doing silly things. So okay, it looks like that so far they're trying to get through that door. Do 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 do.
Someone tried to get through this door before.
Is he? Lara's in complete agreement with me as well. I don't know. What should we do? I think, by the looks of things, we've got to basically, for no apparent reason other than to look cool, we're going to be ziplining down there, because I don't see anywhere else we go. Okay. So, is this going to be a bad cutscene? Oh, press E to grab. Right, we've got to get off the bloody truck before it goes. And there we go. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Come on, Lara. Run! Run! Ooh. Oh, I see. Oh, right, okay. So what we're going to be doing is chucking in something into the truck to... Yeah, okay, got it. Right, so as you can see, it's a little bit of environment-based puzzling type things. And if we use the bow, this is how we establish the rope. There we go. Press the rope. She automatically ties it to the next available source. And then in essence, we use the axe to start winding that up. So you have to do the arrow keys here. This will be perfectly safe. I'm sure nothing bad is gonna happen. Okay, and now we cut the rope. And sorry. Lara, I don't mean to sound rude, but have you tried looking at JobServe for something better? Because this is not particularly safe, I'm just saying. Okay, so wandering around here. Ooh, for some reason, nicely lit up. That's jolly good. And we've got ourselves some stuff to pick up. It's all lovely here. So we just grab the rope here, go across. I don't care. I mean, the environments, what they've done here is absolutely fantastic. The aesthetics, everything. It's wonderful. I mean, little things like this. Like, if you go too close to the wall, Lara puts her hand out just to, like, keep herself going. It's nice. And the fact she activated a lovely little glow stick of death there just to see where she's going. It's all lovely, lovely stuff. As you can see there, in case you're wondering, those mushrooms, they basically are used for the poison arrows. And, oh bollocks. Bollocks. Okay, we're getting more into combat. As you can see, these happy-go-lucky scamps really don't care. And I think what we're going to do is chuck that over there, and we're going to be firing it. As you can see, some of them charge into you, others, well, they keep trying to throw smoke grenades in. Uh-oh. Bollocks. It's getting a bit hairy. Just switch to the handgun. As you can see, it's quite effective. Oop. Pick up some ammo right there. Yeah, just keep charging into me, you idiots. Oh, grenade! They do try and keep things very fit. You know, in essence, they will keep chucking grenades at you. Oh, shit! Okay, stand next to an explodey thing is probably a very bad idea. Bloody hell. I don't think this place will stand up to much more of that. But yeah, it is... Combat is very enjoyable, but as time goes on, this is going to happen more and more and more. It does become, you know, there is a little bit more variety as things go on. And, oh, hello. Well, this should be just fairly obvious. And, oh, shit! Yeah. Occasionally, the ground gives way. I wasn't going to chance it. Let's have a look. What was it? Oh, it was spikes. It was probably all worthwhile that I did that then. But every so often, this is what the game will do. They'll give you a bit of variety in terms of combat, and then you go and find various lovely little things. Like this, for example, actually. It's a lovely example, actually, where every so often you can find a bit of loot, and it's a tiny little thing, if you're really, really bored, that you can just go, just drag the thing around with the mouse or otherwise. I'm not that bored to do so, but some people are. It's a nice little touch, you know, just to give a little bit of extra variety in terms of things. But unfortunately, these things come up quite often, platformy type stuff. There we go. Absolutely. Oh, shit! Yeah, as you see there, every so often that happens. Where the ground gives way, it gives you about 1 or 2 seconds to just get some stuff, get yourself jumped over it. Otherwise, basically, you fall to your death. And it doesn't look pretty. Oh, and here, some lovely coins. Basically, these coins can be used for other parts from the black market dealer that apparently are working for the bad guys. But he wants to live, and therefore is happy to do you deals on the side, as long as he doesn't die. So all in all, it gives a little bit of rise to exploration, because obviously we can just wander around here, see various things. Oh, and get audio diaries, as you can see here. These are littered all over the place. It gives you a bit of backstory as to what happened previously. Obviously, we'll stop having that on screen now, and we'll just carry on going. Oh, and as you can see right there, actually. Oh, there you go. Language proficiency increased. Just by reading random things, you can then read more and more complicated what's-its. But there we go. We saw that was going to be nasty. And where do we go from here? Ooh, okay. So we got to basically use the ice here to cling on to it. There we go. Up here. And... oh shit, we're back where we are. Were, I should say. And it seems that we pissed off a hell of a lot of people now. Nope. You're staying down, sunshine. This is getting a bit hairy. Oh shit! Where did that come from? Hang on. Who's that? Oh, there's a happy-go-lucky scamp up there. Bye-bye. You're not doing that again, Sonny Jim. Oh, he's being jolly rude, I think. It's nice that, you know, it keeps you going, it keeps you unlocking various little things, and as you can see there, we've just acquired some new gear to unlock a different weapon later on. So it's worth exploring various little aspects, and, well, okay, sometimes it can be shitting itself in terms of how much stuff it's giving you. There we go, we've just unlocked some more secrets, and if we just go to the map here, this is where we can see all various things. There's our current objective, and this is where all sorts of various other little things may have just been unlocked. There's our base camp that we can fast travel to if we're so bored, some maps, another strong box containing various things. And you can actually review past things that you've unlocked here, look at various relics, and also resources, just see exactly how much you got if you really need some. Okay, so let us go back, that's the map, and let's do some more jumpy. Ooh, there we go. Yes, and once again we're going into an entirely safe situation. Oh, hold on. Oh, let's... you got to admit, it looks bloody brilliant. It's kind of like you are really in a blockbuster film. And I do like that. I mean, I will say that performance-wise, having toned everything down, it is running a lot smoother. It is on average now 60 frames a second with the settings I've got in place at 1080p. But I've seen worse running things. I've got to be honest. And in essence, this is kind of a vindication of pissing away far too much money on a GTX 970, because I don't think if I kept to the 670, this stuff would have been running perfectly alright, frankly. Ooh, there's something to pick up over here. More stuff. I do like stuff. Right, lovely. So, it looks like it's another puzzle. It looks to be straightforward. It looks like with the water, we've just got to bring this down. So let's just switch to the arrow. Shoot. And...
not strong enough.
yeah, basically we need to stand next to this thing. And then she sticks it onto there, even though there's a bit of clipping. And, ooh, there's a lever the other side. Okay, we can use that to pull it over. It looks like that the water's going to give the weight, and that'll do nastiness with the door. Okay, use the arrow. Come on. Arrow. Come on! Come on, Lara! You can do it, lass! There we are. Oh! The thing's a bit too far over. Okay, we need to actually push this back a little. We need to get it under the water. Okay, so not just straightforward. And... there we go. Yeah! Cutscene! The in-game cutscenes thankfully look just as gorgeous. I'm glad that they did this. Nope. It looks like I haven't got even time. I've got to run! Run! Run, Lara! Oh, bloody hell! Seriously, she's got to choose a safer vocation. This is the type of thing that you're likely to see here as time goes on. It's absolutely... it's brilliant! I do like it! I'm sorry, it's a little bit of action, but then they'll split it up with a little bit of wandering around. So it's not all the time that you're having to go, oh my god, by the seat of your pants. I mean,
the statue must be the immortal prophet.
By the looks of things, this is just now just quietly settling down, and apparently Lara, just after escaping with her life, is perfectly nonchalant about it. Well, I guess she's... at this point, I dare say Lara's got used to it. But look at that! Just the mosaic there. It's just it's wonderful detail. It really is. I can't praise that enough. I mean, I don't know how this looks on Xbox One, but it can't be looking like this just as good and running just as well.
But what is this showing?
It's... we're just gonna skip past. Eh. Oh, warming up. We've got to enter the valley. Enter the valley. Oh, yes, we're going to Wales, boyo. Okie dokie.
It's a wonder this place is still standing.
It is a wonder. Oh, no, there's the little trap. Nope, you're not fooling us too, ice, Sonny Jim. And it looks like we're going to be going underwater here. Now, swimming is done with crouch, I believe. Or I forget what it is. Oh, no, it's the right mouse button. Sorry, there you go. And as you can see... oh, crap. Lara is drowning. Lara is drowning. Up, up, up. Oh, there we go. Yeah, there is a thing later on that allows Lara to breathe longer. But unfortunately, right now, you're limited in terms of what you can do. And unfortunately, for unlocking one of the tombs later, you do need to be able to breathe. Hang on, let's just gather our bearings here. Where do we go from here? Do we keep going? We keep going this way by the looks of it. Okay, come on. Come on, Lara. You can do it. You can do it when you B&Q it, Lara. Come on. Come on. Get there. Stop dying. And we leave the snowness behind for Center Parks. Now let's leave this lovely valley behind to look at the progression system and the upgrades. Oh dear, I'm doing the crappy accent again. We'll just use the base camp here. As you can see, much like the first remake, Tomb Raider, it's pretty much set up almost exactly the same. So if you played the first one, this should be no surprise to you. But for those who didn't play the previous one, we'll just go into the skill tree. It's still set out in 3 separate areas: Brawler, Hunter, and Survivor. Brawler and Survivor were the ones I was putting skills into first, mainly because with Survivor, if we go into that, it's more in regards to rapid crafting. You see, these things I've yet I can still pick. These things I've already mastered, so therefore I can make bombs, I can craft additional components and so forth. We'll get on to the inventory in a second. But rapid crafting of objects and ammo while on the run, it actually was pretty much invaluable. And as you can see here, you've got different tiers that as you spend more and more points, you get to unlock them. And as you level up Lara, in essence, you can then unlock further things here. So we can unlock hollow point bullets if you so want to. Cause bullets to even hurt more. Ow. Ow, ow, ow. So Hunter, I should say. Pretty much the same thing. So you've got to spend points in order to then unlock tier 2, tier 3. But even then, some of these, as you can see, you've got to unlock another skill first before you can even use these type of abilities. It only counts for some of them. Others, as you can see, you've just got to spend 10 skill points. Brawler, I had to do thick skin first. I wanted survivability. And as you can see, take less damage from enemy gunfire and melee attacks. Other things include reflexes, earning XP, dodging, and oh, there you go. It's pretty much straightforward, and as you progress, it's kind of nice and that you can pick things out. But obviously, the later stuff is only going to come once you've spent a prerequisite number of skill points. Now, going into the inventory, this is where you can craft ammunition and equipment. In essence, so as you can see here, there you go. We've just created poison arrows, so we've got our full replenishment of those poison arrows. By the way, you need these for bears, and actually, what you saw earlier when we escaped from the bear, yeah, it'll actually teach you how to create those, and then this is the only way you take those bastards down. Because even with guns, I've noticed those are hard fuckers to kill. Now, in terms of equipment, you can actually create pouches for more ammunition, increase storage capacity, and in essence, it's just allowing you to carry around more and more gear. So that's pretty much equipment. And finally, weapons. What have we got here? As you can see, it's all mouse-driven as well. It's absolutely beautiful that they've done that. Now, obviously, this is not showing the full range of weapons. There is a later save that I may show later on for completeness, but as it stands right now, at this stage of the game, all I got is the potential for creating various bows. You can also click into them and then upgrade as long as you've got the resources, as you see there. Same with the guns. You can just say you want a hair trigger to increase rate of fire. As long as you've got those bits, as you can see there in the inventory, you can just do it there and then. And also, this is one thing that was actually quite surprising. Outfits. There are different outfits apparently selectable here. And as you can see, it's a little bit slow in actually getting those. It's kind of odd. Some of these you pick up later. As you progress through the game, it unlocks them, and therefore you can select them from here. Typically, what I do is select Lara looking like this, or indeed just wandering around in a casual leather jacket that you just probably picked up from H&M or TK Maxx or whoever else it is. Yeah, she wears this while wandering around London apparently, and it's all jolly lovely. You look stunning, darling. You look stunning. And actually, as you can see, just a little bit of the animation. They've got the little hair frizziness thing back for Lara, so her hair just like wanders around like a Timotei advert. It's all jolly lovely. But then none of the other characters have it, so they just concentrated on Lara's lovely look there. So that's customizations of various different bits. Okay, this is going to be a rather poor segue. You know, in a game about raiding tombs, we haven't actually talked about what tombs there are to raid. So what about the actual tombs themselves? Well, they're all entirely optional, but they're worthwhile. I mean, they are a few more jumping puzzles and also timed reactions, so that you move something around, then you've got to do like walk across something before it goes back to the reset position. But some of these things do give, one, some extra audio diaries, and potentially two, some extra bits and bobs that you might need on your way. So if you want to break up the combat and so forth, these are a nice way of doing so, but you don't have to do them. They are still optional, but there are more of them, at least. Actually, in a few of the hub areas, you find quite a number of optional tombs to sink your teeth into. So in a strange sort of way, maybe it's a way of extending out gameplay in terms of it's stuff that you can come back to. I mean, some of the tombs, I mean, this one you're seeing right here, this was one that you could just do without too many extra bits and bobs. But then there are later tombs that you've got to have the rebreather, as we've mentioned, or indeed there's certain other weapons or implements or other tools that you'll need to actually be able to access it. So, in essence, you kind of would come back to those once you've learned where you go, when you're ready and when you've got extra bits and bobs, in essence. So, if you're so inclined to revisit, I wouldn't be adverse to doing so. I mean, I found them to be entertaining, the couple that I've actually done, but I haven't felt like I had to. So, it's a great option. And, well, considering this game is Tomb Raider, it's about time we actually raid some of these bloody tombs for a change, isn't it? Okay, so we return back into combat now, and we're just hiding in some bushes because those men are talking. And you know what a real travesty of justice is right now? I've been going on about this game, I've been doing all sorts of weird shit, and just like, let me just mess around with this. Yes, for some reason I just needed to do that. Hehehe. I'm so gonna get you. Well, one thing I haven't even talked about while I'm just shooting all these bastards up is how gorgeous the game looks. It is absolutely wonderful. I mean, the reboot was absolutely amazing. But in terms of aesthetics and graphics quality, I can't even begin to describe my enjoyment. It is honestly absolutely gorgeous. I mean, some of the texture work you're just seeing right up close there is just, it looks wonderful. I mean, granted, I know this is one of the weirdest things to talk about while I'm just shooting up all various bad guys. Come on, there you go, come on, and oh, there you are, and oh, fuck, grenade, run, 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 gotta run, I'm gonna get you all with my little bow. No, the bow's not working. Oh no, the bow's working. Ah, the bone works on those. Right. Bow on barrels. Big nasty gun. Heal myself. Yep, there we go. I kind of get lost whenever there's action on screen, but all in all, it's a wonderful setting that they've created here. Sounds absolutely amazing as well, and the combat's really fun. I keep coming back to it. It's really, really odd, but truth be told, I love it. I genuinely love it. It's very easy to swap in between as well. It also feels very good when these bastards go down, and it's great that you're scrounging for bits and bobs afterwards as well to survive, where you just pick up everything, including little mobile phones for some reason. I don't know why. But it's just really, really fun. And I can't get over this because it works really, really well. In fact, I'm glad that there's bits of the environment you can just shoot through and it's just really fluid. And I'm so glad that they also let you heal while in combat as well. Just there you go. It's just very, very quick. Just keeps you going. It's absolutely wonderful. I want more. Okay, so while we just carry on like butchering people and doing other shit in the background, I may as well try and start wrapping up what I think about Rise of the Tomb Raider. I mean, it's rather hard. We've kind of skipped over the side mission thing that we get from the natives and so on, which, you know, it gives you a little extra bits, but again, they're optional, much like the tombs and so on. It's all lovely little bits to add on. But all in all, what do I think about the game? Oh, sorry. Oh, that's a bit nasty. Yeah. Oh, he didn't like that either. What do I think about this game? I really like it, and that is despite, after a time, it getting repetitive. It is kind of odd to say that. There's certain games that have a knack of pulling me in. Ooh. Yeah, there we go. Starting a challenge off now. Sorry about that, everyone. There are certain games that pull me in, and in essence, once they have me going, I don't stop. And Tomb Raider, for some inexplicable reason, much like its predecessor, is the same. It's got quite a well-developed character now in Lara. She's in this. She's basically obsessed, and she's an absolute badass archaeologist that goes after these motherfuckers without even caring in the world. And you know what? It's not a bad third-person shooter with some cover mechanics and so on. It's got some really nice variety with weapons. I mean, you're seeing it with the grenade launcher here on the bow. It's wonderful to use. Ow! Just fell off the tree there. Oh, did I just shoot his nuts? Just the fact you can shoot a bow and arrow at someone's nuts is perfectly fine by me. But it's moments like this where you get into firefights and so on that you are literally a one-woman army. And maybe this is missing the point of Tomb Raider and so on, but this is probably as close to Uncharted as I'm going to get on the PC. I mean, I've got to be honest, it's incredibly well done. I mean, graphics, absolutely superb. I do love the combat, even though it can get rather samey. I do like the fact that there are options. You can go and wander around a tomb, try and solve some puzzles if you so want. The crafting mechanics, even though they're simple, that we showed in the menu earlier, you know, when we were at the campfire. And we were seeing what things we could craft, what skills we can update. It's stuff to at least give you a bit of progression, a bit of momentum, that, you know, you are going to get some stuff that are new. And even though a lot of the game involves facing up against these human bastards who are hell-bent on making your life miserable and trying to steal a certain artifact before you do, it's really... I've still yet to get truly bored of it. And the fact is, you don't sink 11 hours into the game for absolutely no reason. You know, this is it. This is ultimately 11 hours worth of impression for all intents and purposes, and I want to finish it. I really do want to finish it. I still think it's an absolute bastard for a starters that this was denied to the PlayStation 4 people just because of business reasons. That's ultimately it. And I can't wait to see exactly how well that runs. I mean, the fact of the matter is, this must run pretty well on Xbox One, and it's a bit of a shame it didn't sell that well by all reports. I could be wrong. I'm more than happy to be corrected on that. But I'm looking forward to more people being able to play this, and in fact, had the option been there... Sorry, just while I pick up all this shit. Had the option been there, probably in November, I may have picked this up above Fallout 4. As it stands, someone very kindly got me Fallout 4, and obviously this wasn't available on PC, so it became the de facto option. So it is one of those games that surprisingly... Ooh, hello. You're hiding behind a rock, sunshine. Meh. Take that! Burning Man! It's little moments like that I really do love. I really do. And it's enough to keep going. The story is ridiculous, I do agree, but then again, so was the remake back in 2013, and the ending of that, Jesus Christ, all semblance of reality just went out the window there. I do love the fact that they have numerous base camps. You can use them as fast travel still. And it's also quite handy for saving. I mean, just look at this. It's just absolutely gorgeous. And this, just swimming underwater as well. It's just absolutely fantastic. Oh, and we can do badass movements like this. Who you want, son? Who's your boss? Who's your daddy? I be your daddy. Oh, come on! I've got to. Oops! I've just got to hide now. May have pissed them off, but there is actually quite a lot going for this that I do want to get to the end and finish it. Hopefully, before XCOM comes out. It's doubtful. I've got to be honest. Once XCOM is in my Steam library, I'll probably be going. Oh dear. So, Rise of the Tomb Raider, is it worth a buy? In my honest opinion, yes it is! And I'm about to die! Oh, it's probably a decent place to finish there. Rise of the Tomb Raider, well worth it. Go get it if you can. So there you have it, campers. Rise of the Tomb Raider. Actually worth picking up. I have thoroughly enjoyed my time and I look forward to finishing it. You can pick it up on Steam for £39.99, which is a hell of a lot of money. Trust me, you can pick it up cheaper elsewhere. Or if you just want to piss the money away, then why not just buy it on the Microsoft Store, where, frankly, it's no cheaper than buying it on the Xbox One. Sadly, for those of you on the PlayStation 4, you've got to wait a hell of a lot longer, and God knows what the price is going to be when it eventually comes out, or whether or not even that version is going to be any good. All I can say is that the PC version, despite some performance issues and some repetitive gameplay, yeah, I really like it. Thank you all very much for watching this video. I hope you liked it. If you did, there's various buttons on the YouTube What's It that apparently you can say, yay! Or, of course, insult my mum. If you so choose, because obviously this is the internet, and people insulting each other's mums is what we do. In case you're wondering, of course, there will still be some other stuff posted on YouTube from time to time, obviously on this channel, so feel free to subscribe. www.oosometimes.com for all your written rubbish needs, such as film reviews and not a lot else, unfortunately, it's fair to say. I've got to work on that at some point. Really have. But for now, campers, I hope you enjoyed this video. You have a good one, no matter what you're doing, no matter when you're watching this. I guess it could be at any time of the day. You could be watching this while having a bath, which admittedly raises questions. But until next time, campers, take it easy, and I'll see you all very, very soon. Bye!